Hello everyone, it's the Canadian Futures Trader here. Thanks for checking out this video. Before we get to the actual video itself, I want to do a quick introduction. This video that you're going to watch is actually part of a larger series I've put together for futures traders. I started out futures trading just a few years ago, and I found it really difficult to find good information to learn how to trade futures. So what I've done is put together this completely free course. It's on my website. There's a link down below. There's no upsells. There's nothing for sale on my website. So just come absorb the information. If you like this video, definitely encourage you to check out all the others in the series as well. On top of that, I mean, there's just a ton of written content and it's only going to grow. I'm only going to add to this over time. This is my way of giving back to everybody. It's all the information that I had to figure out on my own when I first started, and there's no reason that everybody should have to go through that process, and there's no reason you should have to pay for expensive courses that really don't teach you much of anything outside of the basic. I'm going to leave you with that. Enjoy the video. In this video, I'm going to be talking about a trade setup that I call the Catchup. Basically, I'm playing the correlation between different Treasury products. You'll see on the right-hand side is the Ultra Bond. On the left-hand side are the 10-year notes, so UB and ZN on the left. Now, I typically trade the Ultra Bond based on activity that's happening in the 10 years and the 30 years. So this isn't a huge trade by any means, but I will explain the setup here. I have the video paused and then I'll let it play. So what you're seeing here in the 10 years on the left is they're trading pretty close to their high of the day. Off the screen, I also have the 30 years. They are also at their high of the day. What you see, though, in the Ultra Bond is, I mean, they're getting close to the high of the day, but they still have several ticks to make up. On top of that, the other piece of this puzzle is the 10 years aren't just near the high of the day. The buyers are pushing this up, and they look like they're not going to give up. They're going to continue to push this up higher. So what I'm fully expecting at the point I entered this trade is that the 10 years and the 30 years off the screen will push this high. They might only go a tick or two above, but what you'll see is the Ultra Bond buyers will eventually catch on and they will ride this up. Now, part of why I like trading the Ultra Bond is it does have a little bit more travel to it. You know, this could easily move 3-4 ticks up to its high of the day. I'm already long at the price of 18. I'm long for 4 contracts. So even if we just get this move up here to the high of the day, we're going to get a nice $500 profit. So I'm going to let this play out for a little bit. I actually used this exact same video for an example of spoofing. I'm not going to cover it in this video, but be sure to check out my other one. If you want to watch that as well, key in on this price at 20. You're going to see 213 evaporate and then reappear and then evaporate. And ultimately only about 70 contracts actually trade there. So that tells you that these sellers aren't real. But the point of this video will be kind of this catch-up play. There is also, as this is playing, I'll just comment, there's also a bit of an aspect to this trade, the break high, which is another play that I have. This one doesn't really get carried away, so I have a better example of breaking high and breaking low that I'm going to use in a video. So I fast forwarded a few minutes because it really just kind of stalled, and that was okay because even sometimes stalling means there's no downward pressure. What you're seeing over here, though, on the 10 years, they are right at their high. All the contracts are trading here. They've wiped this out, and there you go. Boom, look at this. 3 quick ticks over here, and you're seeing immediate movement. I'm going to pause this video for a second. We saw the 10 years trading right here at the price of 12. Immediately traded all the way up 4 ticks, which is a pretty big move for the 10 years. They just wiped these sellers out. You can see there was almost no backticking. It was all buyers just ramping this right up, and immediately, likewise, the Ultra Bond, what did it do? It was hovering down here at around 18, 19, boom, right up here. Now it's already trading up here. And that's what I was talking a little bit about. This does break high. The high before was 22. The buyers finally caught on. They said, you know what? Yep, 10 years are moving, 30 years are moving. We're buying. I mentioned just an aside about the spoofing. You see here at the price of 20, only 79 contracts traded. There was over 200 here sitting originally. It was an obvious spoof. That's an aside. This video really was about the catch-up, and that catch-up occurred. You had the Ultra Bond sitting several ticks. I mean, 1, 2, 3, 4, about 5 ticks below its high at the time. You had the 10 years, the 30 years sitting pretty close to their highs. And the other piece of that puzzle is they looked like they were going to put that upward pressure continually, which they did. We saw it just snap there a second ago. That all happened in a few seconds. So I'm actually going to back this up a minute. Okay, so I'm going to let this play. There's only about a minute left. And it all happens in those few seconds, honestly. So you can watch the 10 years and you can also watch the Ultra Bond. And there you go. I mean, they're just laddering it up. They're just buying, moving it up. At this point, I'm getting ready to, it looks like they have kind of topped out. You're seeing a lot more selling. I'm going to pause this for a sec. You're starting to see sellers pile on. You can see that right here in this column. And again, I'm commenting on the 10 years, but I'm trading the Ultra Bond. I'm not really watching the price action over on the Ultra Bond because I know they will basically just follow along with what the 10 years and the 30 years are doing. So I'm starting to see sellers here at this point. Good time to probably get out, just cash in on this win. I think I get out for the price of 2.3. I'll let this finish. There's only about 20 seconds left. You see the white hand. I'm really getting ready here, and this is where I put in my limit order, and there I get filled, and there the trade ends. And it turns out the video ends here, but that actually was a pretty great exit. The price actually just cascaded all the way back down. We had a little bit of a break high, but really this trade was about the catch-up, and the catch-up played out perfectly on this one. If I was to summarize it again, what I'm seeing on other correlated products, namely the 10 years and the 30 years, they're pushing their highs. Buyers are in control. They're continual pressure. Even when it kind of stalls for a minute or two, the sellers take no control. They don't push the price back down. Gives buyers every opportunity to continue to push this up. There was a lot of travel left over here on the Ultra Bond before it reached its high, and that is what I was banking on, and that's exactly what I got to materialize. It only takes a few ticks, and this one, hey, we got about 5 ticks out of this one. So fantastic trade. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.